Things are getting spooky. Looking for little free libraries today. Hello, welcome back to Read and Roam. I am your host, social media butterfly Kaylin. And today we're on the hunt for more spooky books in little free libraries. And last year I did 2 videos, which I will link in the description box down below, where I went to little free libraries looking for spooky books. But I decided, could I take this up to the next level this year? And then bingo! The light bulb went off over my head. And since I love doing Little Free Library's birthday bingo card, I thought, why not create my own Little Free Library bingo card myself? So today we are doing the spooky Little Free Library bingo card. Woo! I will leave a link in the description box down below where you can go download this bingo card. And if you do this spooky bingo card, let me know in the comment section down below so I can check out your video. Now let's go over the bingo card. Here is my spooky Little Free Libraries bingo card. Find a James Patterson book, find a book with a black cover, wear a costume while visiting Little Free Libraries, find an orange Little Free Library, find a book with a pumpkin on the cover, find a book with haunted in the title, find a spooky middle grade book, find an Anne Rice book, find a book with a moon on the cover, find a thriller book, leave a spooky note, find a book with a cat on the cover, free spooky spot, find a book with witch in the title, make a route of 3 or more Little Free Libraries, take a spooky selfie, find an R.L. Stein book, find a book with an orange cover, find a Little Free Library that has spooky lawn decorations, find a book with dark in the title, find a YA dystopian book, visit a new to you Little Free Library, find a discarded library book, leave a horror or thriller book, and lastly, find a vampire book. And lastly, before we get started with our first Little Free Library stop of the day, which is right over there, I recently got a cricket at a yard sale, so I thought, why not make spooky bookmarks to hand out? Look at how adorable these turned out, and look at how adorable my hand-drawn ghost turned out. They are so adorable. I just cut out a bunch of vinyl and slapped it on this plastic bookmark, added some little ribbons at the top, and I will also be handing these out in books that I'm leaving today. I just love spooky season so much, and it's just such a fun way to celebrate. So without further ado, let's fly to our first Little Free Library stop. And we have walked over to our first stop wearing a costume, so we can check that off of the bingo card. But I have never seen this Little Free Library so empty. It's always packed, but have no fear. The moment I've been waiting for. Oh, this is so heavy to do with one hand, but we got the Little Free Library book tote. So I have a bunch of books in here that I will be donating to this Little Free Library today. We're going to open this up. Up at the top, we have a Frozen book. We have Cups of Tea, two copies of it. Then we have Amy and David, Red Mesa. And down here, it looks like the first book on top of the pile is a discarded library book, so we can check off. We have New Kid on the Block, Black Beauty Finds a Home. We have a Nancy Drew and the Clue Crew chapter book, so we're gonna leave that on the top. We got Frosty the Snowman. Boo, it's spooky season, don't you know? Why a Son Needs a Dad, a New Coat for Anna. We have a Thomas and Friends book, Dirty Work. We have Down Syndrome Out Loud, and the Transcontinental Railroad. But yeah, I've never seen this Little Free Library so empty, so let's add some books to this. The first book that I will be adding with my bookmark is Sunrise on the Reaping by Suzanne Collins. I read it this year. I loved it. I came across this copy at a yard sale for $1, and I was like, this will be an amazing Little Free Library find for someone. So we are going to put that up on the top for the moment. We have The Journey Home, Portraits of Healing. I got this at another yard sale for free. And I have a bunch of other kids' books right here that we're gonna throw in with one hand and organize in a hot minute. And next up, we're gonna put in a Play Away audiobook. We have Magnus Chase, which I really enjoyed. And then I just have a bunch of kids' books I'm gonna organize real quick, so. And all the books have been added now. We have A Mouse About the House, a book about daily emotions. We have Tying Shoes. We have Just One More, Solo Uno Mas. We have Biscuit. Look at that cute little puppy. 3 books in 1. We have Amazing Animal Facts. The Transcontinental Railroad ran away, so that's why it's there. We have Sesame Street at the Zoo, Peppa the Pig, Little Fish Lost, and then these 2, one about pets, and we have one about fashion around the world. And then I also am including Who Was Sitting Bull. We have all the adult and kids chapter books up here, and then when we go down here, we have all like the picture books. So it looks so nice now, and maybe by the next time I visit this little free library, it will be completely stocked again. It's getting a little toasty out here, so let's make a pit stop to go grab some coffee, some pumpkin iced coffee to celebrate, and then we'll head on to stop number 2, which was a little free library that I've been meaning to go back and visit because I went to do it for another Little Free Libraries tour and it was completely not up and running. However, a couple weeks ago I drove past the area and I was like, oh my goodness, the Little Free Library is up and running. So we'll be able to check off new to me Little Free Library when we get there. Okay, we officially got some coffee now. Oh, we got the fuel so we can make it through the rest of our Little Free Library stops for today. My coffee order, they have a caramel coffee cake flavored iced coffee, and then I did some cream, and then I added some pumpkin to it. Spooky season, woo! I'm sorry if you can hear the wind in the background. The AC is on. When I came back into my car, I'm like, I am so hot. Currently, it is 80 degrees at like 11 a.m. So it's a little bit roasty toasty today, and I'm definitely ready for some fall weather. So now that we had our little pit stop, let's head on over to our next Little Free Library stop. We have made it to our next Little Free Library stop, and it is up and running. I see the books in there. I'm so excited. So yeah, now that we've made it here, I have picked out the book that I will be dropping off with the bookmark in it. It is going to be The Woman in the Window by A.J. Finn. Hopefully someone enjoys this book and this bookmark. Also, while I was in the coffee shop, I realized I didn't have a single piece of paper on me, but don't worry, I did have a pen that I later found in my car. So I wrote out a spooky note. My other ghost turned out way cuter on the bookmark than on this paper napkin, but it says happy spooky season. So I will be leaving that in this Little Free Library. And before we head over there, let's do a real quick update on the bingo card. I do not see any Halloween decorations in this person's yard, but I saw plenty of fun giant skeletons on the way here, so that's a little bit of a bummer. But so far, all we have is wear a costume while visiting a Little Free Library. I'm going to put that back on. I was just a little hot, so we took it off. We have the free spooky spot. I made a route of 3 or more Little Free Libraries. So we're on our second stop. So I have that checked off, and find a discarded library book. So we found that at the last one. And for this one, we will be leaving a spooky note, which is this little ghost right here on this napkin. I always leave my notebook at home. And unfortunately, I thought I could at least check off an orange Little Free Library, but this one appears to be tan. It does have some orange in the quilt at the top of it, but it's not orange, can't check it off. So yeah, let's see if we can find any more items to check off on our bingo card. To our second Little Free Library stop of the day. I am dropping off a woman in the window, and the spooky note. Also, we can check off another thing on the bingo card, which is thrillers and psychologicals. We are donating a thriller book to this little free library. So come on, let's check this out. As we open the latch here. It's so loud. Up at the top, we have Come Drive With Me, which is the adventures and perils and insights of a driver's ed instructor. What an interesting book. We have The Cuckoo's Calling. We have The Girl Who Kicked the Hornet's Nest. Oh, I should have put Stieg Larsson on the bingo card because that is definitely in here. We have a Colleen Hoover book, The Postcard, 7 Days of Us. We have some mass market paperbacks. Then we have a couple other books, and we have some kids' books over here. Are there any R.L. Stine books? It doesn't look like it. Oh, like a knife to the kidneys. And also leave this note on it right here as well. So we can cross off 2 more things on the bingo card, and the first one is Dark Witch. Haha, there's witch in the title. Yes, let's go. Score. So we can check that off. There are a couple of book covers in here that are red but not orange, or that are red that have some orange on it. I'm looking for like mostly orange. And we can cross off another one, which is a black book cover, and that is this one. No dust jacket, thank you so much. The Cuckoo's Calling. So we can cross this off. So right now we just have one more to go until we get a bingo, and that is we need to find a book with a cat on the cover. So hopefully we can find that at our 3rd stop. If not, we can always add more stops. We officially have the costume back on for our 3rd stop. I realized which neighborhood I was in, and I was like, oh my goodness, there's another little free library over here, which is like the smallest little free library. It's so adorable. So I figured why not just stop at it real quick before we head to our next stop that I have on the list. Unplanned little free library stop. And as I go up to this little free library, I think I see another black covered book. We have Patricia Cornwall's Isle of Dogs. Hot stuff. Is this a James? No James Patterson book. It's Catherine Patterson. Jip, his story. When the Sparrow Falls. Jacqueline Woodson, Feathers. Some Sesame Street books. My year-long search for a new best friend. I don't see anything else to check off on the bingo card besides the black book cover, which we already did. But yeah, so that is it for this stop. Let's head to the next stop. We have made it to our next little free library stop, and as I pulled up, I noticed there was a cat on these like little stairs to the neighbor's house across the street, and I was like, oh my goodness, can I just like grab this cat and like lay it on a book cover so that it could be like a cat on a book cover? But I'm super allergic to cats, so that's not happening. I will also be dropping off Nate the Great and the Halloween Hunt with my little spooky bookmark. So I'm gonna go drop that off there, and let's see if we can check anything off. So the house has some Halloween decorations, and then you come over to this little free library and it is decked out. Love it. And also, while I'm at it, I'm gonna take a spooky selfie. So we are going to open this little free library and see what's in store. Hopefully a bingo. I already see something. Yes, we have a Goosebumps Slappy World Escape from Shutter Mansion, which is an R.L. Stine book, and we can cross that off on the bingo card. We have some Dr. Seuss books, Llama Llama, Sand and Sun, Butterfly, Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, Goodnight Moon. That's not all orange, but you know what we have? We have Spooky Touch and Feel. I don't have Find a Book with a Ghost on the cover, so gosh darn it. The Mystery of the Magic Circle. Oh, that looks interesting. Another book that has mystery in the title, but I'm not looking for mystery. I'm currently looking for Haunted and Dark. And then we have our R.L. Stein book, and then I'm going to put my book right there. And then we're coming down here, and it looks like we have some games. Oh, and I think we have a book with an orange cover at the very bottom. Let's get this out. Maybe. Actually, on top we have Barbara Parker, Suspicion of Guilt, and that looks pretty orangey, yellowy. I feel like that's faded on the spine, but orange. We'll count that. Dun, 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 dun. I guess the outside edges are orange. Oh my goodness, here we go, here we go. We can cross off Find a Moon on the cover. We have Max and the tag-along moon, and that right there is a moon. Oh, here we go. This is for sure an orange book cover. So we have Green Eggs and Ham by Dr. Seuss. Oh my goodness, is this what it is? Oh my goodness, we have James Patterson, Sunday at Tiffany's. It's an audiobook, but it still counts as a book. I'm also going to check off Find a Spooky Middle Grade book because this chapter book looks perfect for a spooky middle grade. Is former movie star Madeline Bainbridge an innocent victim or a target of revenge? Thieves have just stolen her valuable old films, and her memoirs have mysteriously disappeared before they could be published. Why would anyone want an aging actress to suffer? When the three investigators look into her hidden past, they begin to understand. The lady is a witch, and her spells can kill. So spooky. Also, the cover is just spooky as well, so we're gonna count that. Overall, we checked off a good amount of things on our bingo card. I'm going to leave my book and bookmark here. And since we still don't have a bingo, let's hit up another little free library. So we've made it to another stop today, and this stop I really wanted to visit, and I'm so glad I'm doing it because I'm dropping off one of the bookmarks in an R.L. Stein, Mostly Ghostly, Who Let the Ghosts Out book. Ooh. And I stopped at this little free library before, and they had these books, had a little baggie with them that had hand painted what the book cover was on this, I think it was a pin or a rock or something. And I was like, oh my goodness, it would be really nice to come back and be like, okay, I'm dropping off my craft now. So that is why we are here at this library. They also have spooky lawn decor, so woo woo, even though we've already checked that off the list. Speaking of the list, where did my list go? So right now to get a bingo, we need to find a vampire book. You can also find an Anne Rice book or find a book with a cat on the cover. Those are our two options for bingo. A couple other ways we could do is find a YA dystopian and find a book with a pumpkin on the cover. And yeah, we're so close to getting a bingo. Things are really adding up on the card. So let's go drop off this book and see if we can complete a bingo. If not, in the wise words of DJ Khaled, another one. We'll visit another little free library. Okay, let's see if we are lucky today. Up at the top, we have the G.I. Joe movie. We have Tricky 22, When Life Gives You Lululemons, Hot Mahogany, Remembering Mom, a Commemorative Journal, The Wife Between Us, and Tailmate. And then down here, we have Bunny's Book Club, The Emperor Penguin's New Clothes, that looks adorable, Read to Tiger. Oh! I feel like this is a really good find before the coffee gets cold. I feel like I've been recommended this book before from a bookseller. I am not going to take this, but I am going to put it up here. We have Tim Burton's The Corpse Bride, the illustrated story, which also there's a moon on the cover, but we already have that checked off. Fence Busters, Billy B. Brown, the soccer star, Horse Diaries. We have Piggy Infected, which looks a little creepy. Help, I'm trapped in the first day of summer camp. I Love You Forever. We have The Grizzly Trap, some turtles, and we have a skunked book. Buffalo Before Breakfast, Magic Treehouse, Junie B. Jones, and 100 Things That Go. I am going to be putting Mostly Ghostly in right there, but most importantly, we do have a cat on the book cover. Yay! I was like looking through all these books. I'm like, we have every single animal except for the cat. So it's time to celebrate our spooky bingo. BINGOSPOOKY. Spooky bingo with this book. Yay! I feel like a fool for not noticing the cat on the cover, but I was like, there has to be a cat on a cover somewhere. And I was looking through all these kids' books without realizing there was a cat on this cover, so. But yeah, we got a cat on the book cover. So our bingo consists of find a book with a cat on the cover, the free spot, find a book with witch in the title, and visit 3 or more little free libraries, which we definitely visited more than 3. And also, not only that, but we got 2 bingos because we have find a book with a black cover, find a spooky middle grade book, find a book with a cat on the cover, find an R.L. Stein book, and visit a new to me little free library. Woo woo! 2 bingos in 1 visit. Woo woo woo. But yeah, that's gonna wrap it up for this stop. Thank you so much before the coffee gets cold. I really appreciate you being here with a cat on the cover. We are going to shut this little free library and wrap up the video. And that is going to be it for today's video. We ended up going to 5 little free libraries searching for our bingo, and our last stop we hit 2 bingos on our little free library spooky bingo card. Again, I will leave a link in the description box down below where you can go download this bingo card. And if you end up doing this, let me know in the comment section down below how many stops you had to make to complete a bingo. And also, if you did film a video, let me know. I would love to watch it. Anyways, don't forget to hit like and subscribe for more bookish videos.